When 41-year-old Emily Groveman is not volunteering at this animal shelter, she's usually in her New York City one-bedroom apartment looking for a job.
It's been impossibly difficult. It's been almost 2 years.
For almost a decade.
Yeah, we got London, China, Istanbul.
She worked in hospitality with the NBA.
All the swag, tickets to parties, back of house tours, meets and greets with the players, that would all flow through me.
Groveman went on to lead a team at a digital marketing firm for 6 years. She left in 2023 and hasn't been able to find another job since.
I want to say from the beginning that this is not a Schadenfreude video. Life is difficult enough as it is, so I'm not going to rejoice or make fun of anyone's difficulty because we all go through our own difficulties health-wise, family-wise, or career-wise. So I'm not here to make fun of that. But there is a lesson to be learned, especially in this young woman's case.
She's tried everything, she says, from reaching out to her network of friends to working with a recruiter.
Oh, hi. I'm Emily.
And even posting these resume reels on LinkedIn.
The job market has been brutal for quite some time.
But the no's have been relentless.
I had 13 interviews with 11 different people. And
13 interviews for one company?
Yeah, and then they were stuck between me and the other candidate. And ultimately, they went with the other person. And I was like, I can't keep doing this.
Like I said before, this is a no Schadenfreude video. What we're seeing now is that we're in a new environment where we have to change our thinking. Because there's one thing that is abundantly clear every time we turn on our televisions.
You ain't gonna never get a record deal sounding like this.
Record deal? Y'all need to get some jobs.
You know what, fellas? She's right.
We want to go behind the numbers now to look at the real-life impact of a weak labor market.
You will hear now from a U.S. Army veteran unable to find a job and struggling to support herself and her children.
My name is Aubrey Carter. I am 30 years old. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I have not been able to find work since I left the military in 2022.
One of the reasons I felt compelled to make my own content was because often we'll see a story like this and the very easy reaction is, ha ha, you should have known better, and wag your finger at this young lady. But she served her country. She basically did what all of her feminist girl boss teachers told her to do. And here she is now, unfortunately, with 2 kids getting ready to go through some difficulties that you're about to see. And she's finding out that she was lied to. And there's a lot of this looming for us.
You guys, let's do our affirmations before school.
I am kind and I am beautiful.
Even after serving 6 years, I am unable to get health insurance for my kids because I cannot find a job. All right, I love you. Have a good day, okay? I'll see you later. I do Uber part-time. I never thought I would be Ubering after the Army. For additional income, I do juices on the side. Today, my customers are asking for a green juice. I thought that after the military that I was going to have health care for my kids, which is a very common misconception. I have insurance through the VA, but my kids are uninsured. How was your day at school today? Good. Last year, the kids caught the flu and we had to share medication because the Tamiflu was so expensive, I couldn't afford it for 3. I feel invisible because despite serving my country, despite being a veteran, the job market has still shown no mercy. Good job, like that. That's a perfect P. I want more for my kids than just giving them the bare minimum. But it makes me emotional because I just want them to have so much more, and it hurts telling them no. Here you go. Clean. And I would just really like for the people in power to know how much veterans truly have sacrificed. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. How hard it is for veterans to find employment, to truly just keep up. Good night, guys. I love you.
Mommy.
Right now, though, if you were in a relationship, should you really have a backup plan? There is new research that shows half of all women have a guy on the back burner just in case things go wrong in their current relationship.
I do have to give this woman credit for being inventive and having a juicing business on the side as well as doing Uber, Because one thing we know about modern women is that there's one thing that they value more than pretty much anything else.
So what's your take?
My take is having a dating roster isn't being a hoe, it's community building.
What's the most that you've ever had in the game at one time?
The most? Okay, maybe 5.
Girl, get a roster. If you're bored, get a roster. If you're hungry, get a roster. If the guy you're talking to is not even giving you the bare minimum, get a roster.
Do any of you have a roster?
Yes.
Yes,
ma'am.
Immediately.
Yes, ma'am. I am the roster queen.
Tell us about the roster.
It's nice is what it is. No, I do currently have a roster right now. I think am I allowed to give a number?
Yeah.
I have 5 guys and 2 girls on my roster right now.
These hoes ain't loyal. Yeah.
Date them all. Date them all. Have a roster until one of them don't play about you. I didn't say have sex with them all. I said date them all. Stop falling in love with the first person you go on a date with just because he bought you a seafood boil at Red Lobster and a couple shots of reposado. Okay? Have your roster. Minimum 3 to 5 people. Date them all until one of them give you exactly what you're looking for.
Physician and national mindful living expert Dr. Romy Mushtaq is here to talk more about that. Dr. Romy, seriously?
Good morning, Tom. I know, and I
Come
feel
on,
like
this sounds positively guy.
guy, doesn't it? And I have to sit here and defend all of us women, but this is the latest psychology research. I was just as shocked reading this data. More than half of women who are married and categorize themselves as happily
Wait a
married.
sec.
They're married.
Happily married women are doing this?
Have a backup plan. And what is a backup plan? It means you have someone on the back burner.
So a specific person they've identified.
Person that they've identified, and in most cases it was either an ex-boyfriend or an old friend who never made it to the dating category.
What's interesting about this video is that if you've been in this space for a while, you've probably already seen it. It's 11 years old. So this was 11 years ago. So imagine a decade later, it's probably not 50%, I can guarantee you that much. But that's not necessarily what I wanted to talk about in this video. Why would you have this business approach to dating and marriage, but not to your career?
I'm not a businessman, let me handle my business, damn.
As soon as you meet one, you go meet another one. How can you feel less guilty about having a roster? Would you rather feel guilty or stupid for dealing with one person for many years and them not asking you to marry them or giving you anything and you still got to pay bills? Smart women have roster. Or would you feel smarter dating several men at the same time and one at least getting a proposal and a few paying all your bills? That's number one. You got to have a roster. You're going to be benefiting if you do multitasking.
Now that we got jobs, things are the way they supposed to be.
Mindset matters in relationships, Tom, and I tour the country teaching psychologists mindful living and how to apply it to relationships. And what is your mindset telling us if you have a back burner? It's telling us we don't know how to communicate well in a relationship, or when the going gets tough, instead of maybe learning important skills from a professional on how to cope with all the ups and downs that always happen in a marriage, we're saying it's okay to run away.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is that shows just a total lack of commitment.
New data shows that private companies are shedding more than 13,000 jobs per week, a massive jump from just earlier this month. Also, layoffs last month topping 153,000, making it the worst October we've seen since the dot-com crash. Big players from Amazon to Meta are all tightening their belts, and now retailers are planning for the lowest holiday hiring in more than 15 years.
For many of us, we may take a deal of dismay in listening to Shera Severn's content. But if you take her principles that she applies to dating and turning young women into individual contractors that are trying to get what they can get best out of the dating pool by having multiple contracts, or in this particular case, multiple income streams at the same time, It works better to an environment where, simply put, commitment just doesn't exist. You can look at the news on any given day and understand that the job market, the principles by which we may have learned from our boomer parents, don't exist anymore. In fact, it's almost like if you take the Shera 7 principles into the workplace, you understand that someone is out to get you, so you have to get them before they get you, or you have to have 3 or 4 backups to make sure that you're going to be gravy when someone says, we don't need you anymore. What I found interesting watching this young lady's story is she met all of these people at that job. Previously, maybe the rule of doing things was you don't do any side business or you don't reach out to any of these people because it's just not the way we do things. But we already understand that the old rules don't apply anymore. All of these people, potential contacts that she had, and she can't reach out to any of them for opportunities. In today's market, us people have to take advantage of those kinds of opportunities now, because simply put, we can walk in tomorrow and our job can say, hey, listen, it's been nice, but now we're good. So instead of being the loyal worker, we have to look at it the Shera 7 way. Hey, listen, what's in it for me? I got a roster. I got things going on. Let me see what I can get out of this, and I'll get what I can get out of it before you get what you're trying to get out of me, because I know you're going to let me go. So I'm going to take some of these contacts that I got here and make sure that I'm straight. In the case of serendipity, I came across this question today, and I thought it was kind of cool because this book, Fu Baba Chong Baba Jinla Chiyang Iga Gushu, a book that you know by the name of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The last sentence of the question reads, Fu Baba the Kamfa, from the point of view of the rich dad, Renmen Buingai Wei Qian Gongzuo, people ought not work for money. Aryao Lang Qian Wei Woman Gongzuo. Instead, we should let money work for us. And they had this on the test. Now, isn't that interesting?
I'm not a businessman, let me handle my business, damn.
It's interesting to me that Shera 7's principles, although they've been downloaded to a generation or several generations of young modern women, they actually fit better in a corporate environment where we know that it's not these O's as in the young ladies aren't loyal, because that's an argument for a different day, but pretty much we understand that it's much different dating now than it ever has been. But the O's I'm talking about in this video are the jobs without the J and the B. We understand these days that you could walk in on a video call and boom, you're done, empty out your desk, be out of the building by the end of the day. And in this environment, who better to explain to us how to navigate it than Shera 7? She's saying, hey, listen, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I know that you guys have a clock on me, just like I have a clock on this. I will give you high quality work because my name is on it, but I am under no pretense to think that I'm going to retire here, because retirement, loyalty, commitment doesn't exist anymore. You guys see me doing Theo WAF University. You see me studying Chinese. One thing I learned from waiting tables is that there will never be a time where everything is ideal. There will always be something that's really, really wrong or not ideal, and a few things will go right. And in order to deal with that kind of situation, you have to assume that you're going to lose 1, 2, 3 sources of income, and that maybe the other couple have to hold you over until you get some new sources of income up and running. Or if you're doing several jobs or however you're doing it, you cannot ever depend on one job anymore. That was for boomers, and before boomers, that's over. Now it's the age of Shera 7, and get it how you live, because you need to be multitasking with multiple opportunities and maybe even multiple jobs. That's the game, and she taught it well. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.